Happy Thursday and good morning. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake. We're going to talk about our full forecast today, and I first want to start with the Hughes fire. This fire has now burned over 10,000 acres, and this is the third fire in LA County to burn over 10,000 acres within the time frame of about January 7th. So not even a full 20 days. We've had 3 huge fires, and this one's going to cause some impacts for us here in Ventura County and even Santa Barbara. So here's our fire tracker. This is going to show where some of the smoke is headed over the next couple of hours here, and we're keeping an eye on those current conditions. So as of right now, humidity down to 8%. I looked at the most recent wind gusts and they're right around 30 miles an hour, but we're projecting that those winds are going to be strengthening. They're still going to be pushing in from the north and northeast, and you can see here that all of that smoke really funneled right into Ventura County, even further down toward Malibu as well. We got reports yesterday that there was ash in the air. Air quality was extremely unhealthy in Ventura County, and take a look here. I think it's no different situation today, if anything, and maybe even a little bit worse and a little bit sooner here. So about 12 o'clock or maybe 1, right around lunchtime, a lot of those really strong winds start to crank up. We'll definitely see some air quality issues here in Santa Barbara. Some of that smoke could waft a little bit further to the north, but I don't think northern communities will be impacted nearly as much. And now we're going to take a look at those Santa Ana winds that we're tracking. So this red flag warning was extended by the National Weather Service, and for good reason. 39-mile-per-hour wind gusts there by 7:30 in the morning, 32 in Oxnard, and you can see how those winds start to peak right around daybreak, so 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning here. That's when we're projecting some of our strongest winds. 51 miles an hour in Ventura and in Oxnard. Camarillo will likely have gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour. And then you can see as we head towards 10:30 time frame, not dying down there, maybe a little bit lightening into that 1 p.m. time frame. But if you're traveling or if you're wanting to head out for lunch, Ventura is not the area. Air quality will be dangerous. You don't want to have any outdoor activities planned or any strenuous activity outside. You'll likely want to have those windows shut and keep an eye on people with respiratory issues. We'll likely see unhealthy for sensitive groups, again hazardous. This could be impacting schools and different outdoor activities that are going on for the day. And again, we saw just how much smoke is right funneled into the Ventura County area. And of course, even though it is smoky, it's going to be ashy and windy out in Ventura, we still have fire weather concerns. So you'll likely want to stay inside, practice fire safety. Humidity down to historic levels of 2% in some areas. And again, we looked at those wind gusts, still nice and strong through the evening hours. That red flag warning was extended until Friday just because of how dry it will be. Those winds start to die off, but again, we've seen just how dry conditions, that dry brush, just how easily fires spark up, and it doesn't take too much wind to actually cause explosive and eruptive fires. So now we're going to take a look at low pressure here because we've been talking about the rainfall this weekend. And again, this system, it's looking to be all over the place. So it's called an inside slider. This basically just means low pressure moving down into the central coast from Canada. So it depends really on where this low pressure system is going to head. So I do think into Saturday it holds right over the central coast, but then it moves a little bit out to the west. I do think that's going to cause our rainfall numbers to jump up a little bit, but that will cause our thunderstorm development to drop down. So still about a 10 to 20% chance. Again, if this low pressure system moves any further, about 50 to 100 miles out to the west, we could see different impacts. Similar situation if it's out to the east. Really delicate situation here. We're just going to have to do the best that we can with the models that we have, and again, they're pretty all over the place as of right now. I do think rainfall numbers though look pretty good. Upwards of about a half an inch here in Santa Barbara. We'll likely get about closer to a quarter or 3/4 of an inch or towards an inch in LA County. And again, that's going to be some moderate rainfall that we need for the central coast, but thunderstorm development, that's going to be the wild card here. We'll have to keep an eye on where those develop, especially in regards to burn scar areas. So that's another thing to just have in the back of your mind. Keep an eye on your surroundings, and of course an eye on the forecast here as well. By about Monday and Tuesday of next week, we start to dry out, and then some calmer weather ahead of us. Stick around, we'll be right back.